guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I am so happy you found us. We have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you. You are very welcome. And if you keep returning and have been a subscriber for a while, thank you. You are what is building this channel, and I am just so excited. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't yet and you're watching this, please hit that subscribe button and that little bell and click all so you'll know when new videos post. It's a dream of mine to be able to earn some money with this channel and to grow it to be, I don't know, I want it to just take on its own life. I need your support. So if you're new, thank you and welcome again. Today we are talking about altering safety pins. I don't even know if you could see it. Safety pins and clothespins. And we have two sizes of what I call plain clothespins. I don't know again if you can see them or not. And then we have some that are already painted that I'm going to show you how you can alter those to fit in with what you're doing. Take them to the next level. So why don't you just come in closer and we'll get started. So to do this, you just need to cut a strip. And it doesn't have to be super long. It's all up to you. This is actually fabric. I think it's folded. Maybe not. Oh, maybe. It's just a really thick. This is some upholstery fabric I had. Okay, it's just real thick. What I'm going to do is cut out just a section in here. I'm going to use the lines going long ways to do it. These are not my fabric scissors, so please forgive me for the way they're cutting. I don't want a lot of red and green because this isn't a Christmas. Of course, you could make one Christmas. You could make one any holiday that you want. But I want to make one more fall. We actually had a storm last night. Woohoo! First time since June. Okay, so to make this fabric bead on my little safety pin, I'm just going to take one end and roll it around the edge of the bead so it's hooked like that. Okay, and it's going to be just like that, and you can glue that down right there. You can sew it down whatever you want, and then we're going to start rolling. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll the rest of the fabric around both silver parts of the safety pin, just like that. And then when you get it to the thickness you want, you can stop rolling. So you might not need all of the fabric you cut, or you might. Totally up to you. So I want it to have some color on it. So I'm going to roll it one more time. There. I like how it looks like that. So what I'm going to do is cut it, and then I'm going to decoupage it all together because I want it to have that kind of feel. If you don't want it to have that kind of feel, you can hand stitch it, or you could use any type of fabric glue that you have. So I'm going to decoupage this down real quick. Okay, I fibbed. I'm going to use my favorite Craft Bond glue that I use for a lot of things. It's for paper and glue, and I think today is a great time to use it. So I'm just going to put a bunch on here. And then what I'm going to do is put an alligator clip on here just to hold it down while it dries. That's why I don't use glue a lot when I do these tutorials online, because you have to wait for them to dry, and I have no patience. But you know what? That glue is so good. I think it's going to stay. Okay, so here is our safety pin all wrapped up. Looks great. Looks beautiful, right? It's wrapped in fabric. That's not our fabric bead, but it's wrapped in fabric. Now, from this step, what can you do to take it next level? This is why I like altering safety pins, okay? Because see this little bottom part? It's like a little hook, right? Do you see that? Okay? what we're going to do is we are going to take some twine and feed it through that little hook at the bottom. Okay, so sorry, that piece was super frayed. This piece is not. I'm just going to thread it through. If you need to push that up a little, do so. But thread it through just like that. Okay, it's just hanging like that now. I'm going to attach it on the one end. So I'm going to double knot it. Now, what's great with these is they also have an opening at the top up there that you could thread some thread through. You could scoot your fabric back down and the space gets bigger for you to, put through some ribbon, whatever you want. And this can be made to create a tassel for a journal, a planner, whatever. Because I don't think or a backpack, I don't think we make enough tassels anymore. And that was like one of the funnest things about journals. Okay, once I get it to this point right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little fall flower, because like I said, I'm in the fall mood. I'm going to put it on one side of I'm going to leave the red color showing. This side's blank. So I'm going to put it on this side with my glue again. Okay. And then I'm going to come down here, my hanging part, and I'm going to find a little bird or butterfly. I have these birds, so I could cut one of these guys out. And I'm going to cut it real fast. Of course, you might want to be a little more, careful how you cut if you wanted to put a bird on yours. Now what I would recommend doing once you cut out your paper bird or use a die cut, coat it, because these are going to be in your journals on a backpack or something. You want it sturdy, so you would coat it. But there is my bird. Isn't he cute? What I could do is then cut this twine down. I'm going to cut off this tail as close as I can. There we go. Oops, get back up there. And then I could put my bird about right there. I could glue him to my twine, so it would kind of look like that. If you're going to use a bird, definitely make a copy of it so you can make it a double-sided bird. But this is what you're going for. Hold on. And guys, here you go. All I did was put a wire through the top. You could put string, and you have a really cute altered safety pin. Okay guys, another way that you can alter the simple safety pin is to use layers like lace, fabrics, whatever you can think of, and I'm going to show you. I went and pulled a ton of different laces, and what I'm going to do is layer these and make a cute little altered safety pin. This is a vintage tablecloth. That green is just some vintage lace I had. Alright, I think that will be just enough. And then what I'm going to do for a little bit of bling to it, I'm going to either add the pink flowers or the pink bling ribbon. But all you do is take your safety pin and lay all of this kind of on top of each other and thread your safety pin through each layer. And careful so you don't poke yourselves. Make sure you get through all the layers. And you can do it like that if you want to too. Okay. So you can create something like that, layered lace with our safety pin. That's altering our safety pin. And then to kind of dress it up, you can come in with your flowers and glue them or sew them over the top of the safety pin so it doesn't show, but your safety pin is still in the back. And then you could put some hot glue, you could put a little piece of paper, hot glue it, and then you'll have the paper that would attach it in your journal or on a tag, you know, depending on what size. I need to trim this ribbon just a tad. There we go. And then I'm going to have the flowers kind of centered right in the front. And I'm going to have them come down the full length. I like that. So I'm going to cut it right there. And then this is my altered safety pin. And it would look great on a tag. Let me grab a tag. Look on that tag. Okay, we'll put it on the back side. It would look good on a tag like that. And you just add a piece of paper at the back of your altered safety pin. You could pin it on a fabric page. If you had a fabric page, it could go on your cover. But that is altering a safety pin too, guys. Layering up some beautiful laces, other fabrics that you might have, and then putting something, the piece to, and then putting something, the finishing touch on the top, like a row of pink flowers. And what I'm going to do is go stitch that down real quick, and I will be right back. I'm going to make sure my safety pin, which is right there, and right on the other side, right there, is in the center, and it's only going to show just a teeny bit, if at all, once I sew it down. Now, this can be attached to a cover, to a tag, whatever you want. And you could do it one of two ways. You could glue straight from the back here. You could glue a piece of paper. You could put double-sided tape, whatever you want to do. But this is a great way to alter all those extra safety pins you have too. And it busts your stash on any lace, bits of ribbon, whatever you have. You could also do this with paper. Okay guys, now let's talk about how we can alter our clothespins. And there was a time, in the past where clothespins were really popular. I don't think they are so much anymore. These little bitty guys, you can decoupage on them, you can paint them, whatever you want to do. And I like painting, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm just going to steal one of these big ones. It's got this on one side, but I don't want that. So I'm going to flip it over to this side and show you, and then I would go back and cover the other side as well. And what I would do is put this cool black and white fabric over it. And you could center it anywhere on the pattern that you want. Maybe get part of a flower on there. And then I would color it in and kind of make it very custom. So let me show you. And I'm just going to put it over the side that already has the paper because I don't want that showing anyway. So it'll be red on one side and I'm covering that. So I'm going to put my glue down. You could do this with decoupage if you want. Totally up to you. And I'm going to put it so my flower's on there, sort of. It's not going to get the whole flower, but... And then I'm going to let it sit there a minute. And once it's dried, I'll come back and trim it. Okay, guys, it's dried enough that I can come trim it. right. Now, what I could do to customize this even farther, besides putting my own fabric on it, I could come in and color, because this is such cool fabric. But if you didn't have that opportunity, you could have put, your favorite fabric on there. And then you can come in and see this metal hole. Feed your twine or your string or your thread through there, like so. And it can hang on your tassel as well, or you can thread beads on the other end. I'm making sure my strings are even. I'm going to show you something really cool you can do. I'm going to take a tag and glue the strings to the tag, and I'm going to put a stamp across the tag like that, and then it's going to look like that hanging down. A really cool way to alter a clothespin. Okay, there's our altered paper clip. It's got flowers on it up here. You could color it. And then through that little hole, we thread some twine. And you can clip it on this end, and this would hang down. It's pretty cool how it looks. And on the back, we just put a little bit of our vintage sewing pattern paper just to cover up the glue so it doesn't look ugly with the twine. Anyway, that's another way, a different way you can alter these paper clips. And we're going to start wrapping from the bigger end, and we're going to wrap down. We're going to start folding it in on the sides because we want to make it get a little thinner. Once you start getting it going, it rolls way easier. There we go. And what I did was I folded it down. Now I'm really folding it in until it's just like really thin. And you get it like that. And it looks like our paper beads, which I'll show you at the end. Then you can pin it. Then you can stitch it. You can glue it, of course. You can tape it. If you stitch it, you're going to want to do a little hand stitch, because if you flatten it on the sewing machine, it's not going to look any good. But if you do it with fabric glue, it will look like that. And that looks like our paper beads we made. So simple. You start with the fat end of the fabric, start rolling, and then as you go, you fold your sides in and make your fabric get smaller and smaller, or you can cut it, up to you. But I like the bulk. I want a bulky bead. Then these, after you make them, you could put some of these, depending on your fabric, what you make it with, on here. That would look really cute on this with our butterfly. You could also add the fabric beads onto our altered safety pin with our bird. So there's a lot of uses for our fabric beads, just like our paper beads. Lastly, don't forget, you can use your stamps too. Just decoupage the stamps onto a piece of string or twine, and they would make great charms to hang at the bottom of altered clothespins or safety pins. And if I said paper clips in any of this, I'm sorry. So I've given you 2 ways to alter safety pins, 1 way to alter paper clips, and I've shown you how to make really cool fabric boho looking beads. It's so simple. Let's do the beads one more time. And this time I tell you what, I'll cut it down. So we're going to start with our fabric. And we're going to start, let me get this off. Okay. I'm going to start with the end fatter. And then I'm going to cut it down as I go. Which I kind of end up doing anyway because I can't roll. I can't cut straight. Okay, so here's our fabric now. It's fat on one end, thin on one. You could make it stronger, or you could make it straighter if you want to. And then you just start rolling. And again, we're making beads. And put a little glue or a little fabric glue or one little hand stitch, but don't flatten your bead. That's the big thing with these. Don't flatten them. And boom, you have a fabric bead just like our paper beads. That's simple, guys. And there's our fabric beads on an altered safety pin. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this how to alter safety pins, new ideas for altering clothespins, plus we made some fabric beads. What did you think? If you liked it, be sure and give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget, hit that subscribe button with that little bell so you'll know when we post more videos. Also, Next week, we will also be announcing a giveaway from some of the goodies that came in Liz's box, and I'll be putting some of my own goodies with it. So don't forget about that. Thanks for being here today, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye. Also, guys, I didn't forget, we will have a video on the zipper tag next week on Friday.